Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone's doing well. This is going to be a quick one for Sagittarius, just so I can finish up the fire signs. Yep. So we're going to jump right into that. I am actually doing I'm actually participating in a seminar this weekend. So I just wanted to make sure that I got Sagittarius out a while. That way it would be taken care of until I can get a little bit more time to continue on through the signs. So let me get my cards set up here, pull these out, and let's jump right into it, okay? So Sagittarius. And again, I am open for personal reads, so please feel free to email me in reference to that if you are interested. So this will be for Sagittarius. Let's get 4 cards for Sagittarius. Projections. So you're definitely mirroring someone. Totality in reverse. So coming out of conflict with someone, you have postponement, waiting to take action. It's like 2 people reflecting the same energy. You have compromise and playfulness, which I'll leave out. Consciousness at the bottom of the deck. So Sagittarius, like right up front, it looks like you have some type of a connection here that you're seeing projections of yourself. Like you're seeing yourself in this, whatever connection this might be. You're seeing parts of yourself, you're seeing pieces of yourself. This could also be multiple, like friendships, family relationships. These are relationships that reflect back to us, like what we need to learn, what we need to know. There's a conclusion of, it's like getting over some type of hill with someone or something, like overcoming some type of an obstacle. So it's releasing any type of energy that makes you feel conflicted, really. And then you have postponement here, which is like delayed actions. So it's like it's really up to you and whatever this is that is being processed, because it's up to you to compromise. There's some type of perception shift that I feel like is coming in, especially with consciousness at the bottom of the deck. I feel like it's going to be like an epiphany moment of sorts, where it's like realizing that it's okay to, I don't know how they want me to put this. It's like feeling okay with maybe approaching things different, or like seeing yourself and other people and like dropping the illusion of the differences, and like realizing that you are them and they are you in different ways. And it's like a need to recapture some type of playfulness. And I actually think I said compromise earlier, and this is the comparison card. And so I think that that's really interesting that I literally saw it as compromise, because it's like you're being asked to balance something out, but it involves some type of perception shift, like for you to see something differently, for you to approach something more playful instead of focusing on the differences. Sagittarius. So you're the Four of Wands. It's the first card out. So it's some sort of connection, some type of family home situation. Four of Wands is stable, and then you go right to the Five of Pents, which is feeling unstable. You have two fives right over top of each other. So there was some type of transformation that took place between like a unit, like a family unit, or like a group of people, like some type of foundation that was already built between two people. And then it's like going from being stable to the Five of Pents, or going from feeling secure to the Five of Pents. It's like going from celebrating to feeling left out in the cold. Then you have the Ace of Swords with the Two of Cups. So you're going to get some type of clarity it's going to come towards you. You're going to be clear about something with this connection. You're going to see something different. This comparison energy is really coming off to me like a compromise, and I don't know why. But it's like, be willing to see something from a different perspective, whatever this might be. Like, allow your perception to shift. Because there's something kind of illusionary about this energy. But with the Ace of Swords, it's going to become clear. And then you have the Six of Pents. So it's like giving and taking. Balancing something out. Could be connecting with like a Libra, or there's Libra energy involved here. The Knight of Cups. Somebody could be wanting to offer an apology, because the Knight of Cups is usually an apology card for me. As a reader, it's like a messenger. And then you have the Queen of Pents. So there could be a Queen of Pents energy. Somebody who's very loving, very nurturing, very grounded, very stable, very focused on their foundation themselves. The Queen of Pents is like very motherly energy. So this Queen of Pents has an offer coming to them, or some type of a message coming to them. It could be an apology. It could be a reconciliation of wanting to balance something out. This is somebody who wants to come out of the cold. Like, this Knight of Cups wants to come out of the cold to the Queen of Pents and give some type of truth. Or there's going to be some like moment of clarity. You have the Three of Pents. You could be dealing with a fire sign, because the Knight of Wands just popped out. But it's like you could have been dealing with a Knight of Wands too in the past, where somebody was like more inconsistent, like more like in and out, kind of goes with the flow, kind of goes where they want to go. And then you have this Knight of Cups that's like coming in more determined, more focused, like more centered in emotion. And then you have this Three of Pents. So it's like wanting to work together on something, especially with the Two of Cups crowning it. But there's something that's delaying it. And I don't know if it has to do with your perception, because there's something about like compromising and not comparing. It's like apples to oranges. Like, I don't know what that's about. And then like, I'm like drinking my coffee, right? Because I like kind of like just woke up, and I'm like, just gonna jump on and do a read for Sagittarius before I go into the seminar. And I'm like, whoa, because I'm like drinking my coffee. This person's having a hard time communicating. Like, whatever this Knight of Cups is coming towards about, especially with the Four of Wands, it's like they're coming in confident, but they're not coming in like really confident. Like, they're coming in as a knight, you're sitting as a queen. So they feel a little bit of like intimidation almost with whatever offer this is, because coming out of the Five of Pents, there had to have been a reason why you went from the Four of Wands to the Five of Pents. Could it have been relating to money? Sure. Could it have been somebody feeling left out in the cold emotionally? Sure. Then you have the Queen of Swords here. So it's like using it's like using discernment. I don't know, this Queen of Swords might be how they see you, like in the moment, like how they feel you're going to handle the connection, like when they approach to like offer. Because with the Queen of Swords with the Six of Pence, it's like somebody like reaching their hand out, but you're showing up not only as the Queen of Pence, but you're coming in as the Queen of Swords too. So it's having that little bit of like, I don't want to say coldness, but like it's like, will you be receptive to whatever the Six of Pence is that's coming from this person? It's like you could come in as the Queen of Swords, you could come in as the Queen of Pence, and that's kind of what this person is like weighing out. It's almost like what would your reaction be if this was presented? Because something put two people at like a distance in some type of way, like emotionally, physically. There was some type of like hurdle that had to like be overcome. And this Knight of Cups wants to come out of the Five of Pence, wants to come through this Five of Pence to get to the Queen of Pence with the Ace of Swords and the Three of Pence. But it's like needing to have a conversation, needing to talk about something, needing to clearly communicate, needing to stand your ground. You might have put boundaries up with this person because maybe they were giving to like other scenarios or there were other things going on. But there's something with like a hesitation. And then you have the Knight of Wands that came back out. And it's like hesitation to take this leap of faith. Because I'm like seeing the look on the person's face on the Knight of Wands, and it's like, hold on a minute. Like, should I make this offer? Should I not make this offer? It might be hard for someone to see something because there's something. I don't know. Like, if you. This is tricky. Like, this is tricky energy. You might have options or like people around you. And it's like, it might be difficult in this moment to kind of see what this is because of this Eight of Swords over the Queen of Pence. Like, you might not be seeing it quite yet. But then there's also another energy that has a hesitation about taking this action, like they're still holding themselves back from grounding a situation, from taking that leap of faith towards a new like investment. Because this person's looking at the Three of Pence. They're looking up at the truth. They see it. But they're like, how am I going to overcome this hill? Whatever that is. Like, what is the hill? You know? Is it a mental blockage? Is it an emotional blockage? Is it physical distance? Is it what went down in the past? You have the Eight of Pence wanting to work, wanting to put time in. So in the past, somebody could have been not willing to invest time, not willing to ground the situation. But now they're coming in as the Knight of Cups. But again, they're not coming in as a king, they're coming in as a knight. So instead of coming in as the Knight of Wands, which is like kind of like, you know, go with the flow, like I'm just going to go where the wind takes me, this Knight of Cups is coming in, it's like handing something to this Queen of Pence. But I don't know if this Queen of Pence pulled back her energy, because now you're coming in as the Queen of Swords. So this person's like, are they still going to be receptive to my offer? Are they still going to want to engage even? You have the Emperor with the King of Wands, the Sun card at the bottom of the deck with the King of Swords, and the Knight of Swords. Sagittarius, either you are dealing with multiple people, or this is like the embodiment of these energies. So let me set this aside. This King of Wands that came out with the Emperor. This is somebody who, again, I feel a hesitation to take action, and it could be because they want to, like, the Emperor picks and chooses like when they want to go after something versus when they want to pull back. So this emperor might be taking action towards putting time in on something. Like this King of Wands reclaiming their power, reclaiming their passion, reclaiming their emperor energy, right? Because I see like this emperor, like I see it as like an energy that this King of Wands is like embodying, where it's like taking control back in a situation and getting that power, that passion, that drive back. And it's like to go after whatever this the Fool card is with the Three of Pence, because you have the Two of Cups crowning it. So it's like with postponement up here too with this King of Wands, it's like this person's been holding back because they haven't been seeing something like quite clear. And that might be what that perception change is, because it's like they saw something as like a hurdle, or like they saw something as like they were comparing apples to oranges, but it's like there's something right in front of them. And so they were like holding back from some type of clarity, or giving some type of clarity, taking action towards something, investing time, which is like, like why? Like this person didn't see what they had in front of them, is like what I'm hearing. And now it's like they want to double back and come back towards you, but they're hoping that you're not closed off, or they're hoping that you're not going to, you know, cut them off with this Queen of Swords. Because the Queen of Swords isn't like, the Queen of Swords is a loving person, but it's like they're somebody who doesn't put up with so much shit. Like the Queen of Swords does not put up with people's shit. Like she's been through a lot, he's been through a lot. They know how to communicate. They're very good at communicating. Sometimes with the Queen of Swords, it's like your communication is like almost too intense for some people. So this Queen of Swords, like this person knows that you have your guard up. They know that like there's a little bit of a hurdle with that, however that might be. And it's kind of like wanting to rush in here with the King of Swords now, because maybe they came in immaturely in the past, and then they came in as the King of Wands, and it's like that kind of narcissism. It's like, I don't know why I just said narcissism, but it's almost like this person was like trying to switch up how they came in every single time. And it's like, oh, is this appealing? Is this attractive? Does this person like when I like, are they going to think this is attractive? And it's like, no, like we're dealing with the Queen of Pence. Like, and then the Queen of Pence is like, no, now you got the Queen of Swords. So what you get is what you get. So like there was some level of frustration with whatever these offers were in the past, whether it's like one person or whether it was like multiple people. With the projections card, it's like I feel like it's one person, like one type of like situation that you were dealing with, where it's like you went from being happy and it was like the ability to have that Four of Wands, that stableness, that stability, to like the Five of Pence. It's like night and day. So I don't know if somebody just, it's like how did you get from the Four of Wands to the Five of Pence? That's what I'm saying. Like it's like something went down. But you're dealing with a feminine energy that's not, is going to, that feminine energy is going to be very reluctant to deal with this energy. But see, now I see this person coming in as the equal counterpart of the Queen of Swords. So it's like this person knows that it's like they have to like match your energy to some degree in order for some type of like communication or something to come through. But with the Sun card being here, I don't see this as like harsh communication or sharp communication. I see this as like somebody rushing in with a conversation, like wanting to talk, like wanting to clearly have a conversation with one another, but it's like you both are addressing each other the same way now. Because you're sitting at the Queen of Swords and they're coming in as the King of Swords now. Or maybe in the past with the Emperor and the King of Wands, they were just kind of like doing whatever they wanted to do. Like, I don't know, Sagittarius. This is interesting energy. Very interesting energy. So what's your best advice? You have the Ten of Swords at the bottom of the deck with Justice and the High Priestess. Yeah. And you have the Empress too. So you're dealing with some type of like counterpart situation. And there was an ending that took place. And it's like this person wasn't showing up like authentically. Because like the Queen of Swords is like also someone who appreciates authenticity and like truth, you know? So I feel like this feminine energy is demanding truth or for somebody to show up as their authentic version of themselves, whatever that might be. And so now I finally, like, it's like finally kind of like clicking to someone in a way where they're like, oh, I can't keep coming in like this. I can't keep coming in like that. I can't come in like this. And so now they're coming in as the King of Swords and you're sitting as the Queen of Swords. And they're like, okay. And it's almost like they're frustrated at themselves in a way with this Knight of Swords, King of Swords, like the way that they're looking at each other. It's kind of like a disagreement of the mind. So you might be dealing with somebody who has an interesting placement in the moon sign area, I want to say, because this is like subconscious. This is like frustration with communication, even where I don't know, maybe this person has a hard time talking about like or being authentic with their emotions. So I don't know, maybe this person has like a moon sign placement that makes it difficult. Like especially on like in combination with like maybe a Mercury placement. I don't know if you're dealing with an energy that would rather joke around than be serious, or rather crack a joke than have a serious conversation. But with the Queen of Swords, you're not going to accept that anymore. And I think that this person kind of realizes that. You have the Six of Wands. So there's some type of like recognition and success moving forward. It's victory after a battle. And now you have the King of Pentacles. So you have some type of a counterpart situation. The Emperor and the Empress showed up. The King and the Queen of Swords are here. The King and the Queen of Pentacles are here. I feel like you were dealing with somebody who just wasn't being authentic, and they weren't showing up as their authentic selves. They had a hard time. They had a hard time really like expressing like their truth. Even like you might have been dealing with somebody who felt like by wearing all these like false personas that it was like attractive or that it was the right way to do things, and maybe because that worked in the past, but it's like not to the Queen of Swords, not to the Queen of Pentacles. Like this person kind of realized like, hold on, maybe I need to switch up. Like maybe I need to be more authentic. Maybe I need to stop comparing apples to oranges. Maybe I need to approach this differently. Maybe I need to change my perception. Because this person like wasn't coming in authentic. So I don't know if this person's going to try and come in more authentically now. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles is like wanting to invest that time, but then you have this Queen of Pentacles that's sitting with, you know, that Eight of Swords. So there's a chance that this Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords energy turn their back and isn't willing to, you know, turn around. You could have moved forward from it, and you could have made a decision and been like, no, I'm going to move forward and I want new. And you'll get new. Believe me, you will get new. But I don't know. I feel like you have somebody coming directly at you who's trying to have some type of a conversation, have some type of like they might come in with this communication and then boom, here comes being grounded, like stepping into that power of the King of Pentacles, that confidence of the King of Pentacles. I mean, you could be dealing with multiple people here, where it's like if you had like one situation after another, it like, you know, just people coming in like not authentic. Again, not authentic. You're sitting as the Queen of Pentacles, you're getting a knight. Like you want a king. There's a king coming. You might have somebody come back around from your past. It might be an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, wanting to rush in and have some type of conversation. But there's some type of victory and success with the King of Pentacles. So that's also a possibility. Because this Queen of Swords also weighs her options. or weighs her they evaluate, they process. The Queen of Swords is very good at processing and evaluating and weighing out the choices, weighing out the options, weighing out the different outcomes. So if you're not dealing with multiple people, then I feel like you're dealing with the scenario that I've been talking about, where it's like this person just wasn't showing up authentically. It was like breadcrumbs. Like they knew that they had a connection, but they were still giving breadcrumbs. They knew that they knew that they had it, but now they're risking somebody being in this Queen of Swords energy, because like the Queen of Swords will cut something off. The Queen of Swords will drop the sword. You see what I'm saying? Will deliver the truth. And so I feel like this person might, I don't know, it's like almost like I feel like a time thing, where it's like this person is kind of coming in very swiftly, very quickly, because they've maybe realized that, hey, like the time's ticking on some type of situation here. And in order to be successful, they have to ground it. And they know that. So you might have been dealing with somebody who in the past did not want to ground a situation. I don't know. This is interesting energy, Could have been dealing with you have a double fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You have Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, and you have Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So I don't know if you were dealing with somebody who was just stuck on nitpicking or just like comparing apples to oranges, like, just dancing around a topic, dancing around a situation, not wanting to ground it, not wanting to make a full offer, not wanting to show up authentically. Like, that's kind of the energy that I'm getting off of this person. Good morning, Catherine. Yeah, this is like interesting energy. So I'm kind of interested to see how this will play out, because this is either like you either have a couple different people coming towards you, and it's like you're investing in like your counterpart, or like you're building towards your counterpart, so you're not paying attention to these night energies. And then you could have somebody coming back around from your past, where it's like you made that decision, or this is this person coming back in because it's like, oh, this didn't work. Oh, this didn't work. Oh, she didn't think that was cute. Oh, he didn't think this was cute. Vice versa, whatever. It's like you're dealing with somebody who, again, like, I don't know, they like treated it like a game almost, where it's like, oh, I'll be this person today, I'll be that person tomorrow. Like, I'll be loving today, and then it's like the next time you saw them, they were just completely disconnected. Like, I don't know what this is. Like, it's like you were dealing with somebody who'd give you like breadcrumbs. Like, and that's kind of like narcissistic, because it's like keeping you hooked into a situation, like keeping you like almost like addicted to like that high and that low of whatever this connection was. But with the Queen of Pence and the Queen of Swords, you wouldn't stay like in that, because you would recognize your worth. And it looks like it didn't really phase you. It, like, obviously it phased you because you felt left out in the cold in a situation, but you cultivated and transmuted that energy into something focused on self, focused on the truth, refocusing on, like the connection that's truly meant for you, not this childish shit. So it was like this person's like antics, like you just like turned your back on it, because you're like, this isn't worth my time, or this isn't what I'm asking for, type of deal. So you laid out some type of boundary, or you walked away from a situation, especially with the Queen of Swords over here with your back turned. So I don't know, but this is pretty interesting energy. So your best advice is to wait for something that is stable, long lasting, committed, loving. You have the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles. You have something coming towards you. It's long term, but the Knight of Pentacles is also the slowest moving knight in the deck. So this is like as an advice card for this. It's like choose that unconditional love. Like choose that Ace of Cups. Like hold your vision for whatever it is that you're trying to like bring towards you, because you're sitting as queens and you're dealing with energies that are coming in as knights. Like they're all over the place. So it's like hold your vision of what you know is true to you, and let this other person work through their energy. You know what I mean? Like do your part on your end, but you can't do the work for this person. Like you can't, like you can only show up as authentically as they do for themselves. You know what I'm saying? So choose you, and keep putting that energy back into you. And you have strength at the bottom of the deck with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like patience is required for something, but there's still some type of like healing that's taking place, but something's coming in. So it's like be patient for something and have the strength to like work through whatever energy this is. But like honestly, I don't even think that's like, I feel like I'm reading advice for the other energy, because it's like they need to have strength and they need to have patience for something, and they need to work consistently at this Ace of Cups. Like they need to put that work in too. But for your advice, you got the Ace of Cups with the Nine of Pence. So in my perspective of this, it's like your best advice is love, like unconditional love. Invest in unconditional love, invest in like the greatest act of all, you know? Like focus on family, focus on friends, focus on the people who give you that fair exchange. Focus on the people who are committed, focus on that committed type of energy, because whatever this is with this other person, they're going to have to kind of just work through this on their own. But I feel like somebody's coming to a major like conclusion with something, or some type of like a decision, and it brings them happiness, but and then it's like quick, very quick moving energy. And I feel like this could be a conversation even, where it's like somebody wanting to speak their truth, and then you have success with some type of masculine energy, whether it be grounding a situation or whether it be this is what they're moving towards. But you would know because you would be having some type of communication. If you're not communicating with this person, I don't I don't think it's that person. This is somebody who, again, they linger. You know what I'm saying? Like they linger. So this is an energy that in the past has, you have some type of foundation built with them. You have some type of like, you have something with this person. And it led to the Five of Pence for whatever reason. I don't know. Because it's a very general reading. But it's like seeing the truth of some type of connection and not holding themselves back anymore. It's stopping the comparisons, and stepping into a more positive energy space from a higher level of consciousness, because your consciousness at the bottom. It's like realizing the connection and truth in a situation, and wanting to put that time in. But the thing is that somebody might have already turned their back on a situation. So, you know, if you did turn your back on a situation, good for you. You know, you have something positive coming towards you. You're crowned by the Two of Cups. Like you're going towards it. So regardless if this is a person from the past or if this is somebody coming towards you, if you turned your back on this situation and you're done with it and you stepped away from a fire sign, You have an earth sign that you're moving towards, or somebody who's more stable, more committed, more grounded. Because the Queen of Swords isn't going to put up with someone who like gives out breadcrumbs to like multiple people. This is like somebody who you had a lot of patience with, hoping that the wheel would turn in your favor, making a judgment call at the end of the day, standing up for yourself too. Because somebody again was comparing apples to oranges, and I don't know if it has to do with their past, but there was some type of a projection going on too, where it's like you guys are mirroring each other, and there's also a mirror going on with this Five of Pentacles and Four of Wands. So I don't know what that's about. It's like an internal battle. But it's like somebody's like they've just been holding themselves back. They've been comparing, and it's like there's a need to compromise. There's a need to recapture and to change some type of perception in order to recapture some type of an energy or to approach something differently. But again, it's like dealing with a person who wasn't showing up authentically. And if this person does come back around, if this is the same person, it's like they feel the pressure of like time. And I feel like the reason why they feel that is because you turned your back with the Queen of Swords and you went and focused elsewhere. Because you're dealing with like a person who's like, oh, like let me come in like this, let me come in like that. Like, no. Like come in consistently. The Queen of Pentacles wants consistency. You weren't getting consistency. You were getting things that made you feel stuck. Things that, you know, conversations that were open ended, like things that weren't grounded. And you have another energy here too where it's like this person like wouldn't clear the air with like whatever the situation was. They just turned their brain off and just like went to work. And then it's like it left this other energy like mentally kind of feeling stuck. And they just wouldn't ground it. Basically is what it comes down to. And so I feel like this Queen of Pentacles was like, I'm just gonna, you know, like just switch it up here because you have to. You weren't getting what you deserved. You were dealing with like somebody again, breadcrumbs. So if you moved away from that energy, I feel like you have a King of Pentacles that you're moving towards somebody who's very popular in their community, somebody who has a lot of friends, somebody who like is recognized for like the work that they do or like the accomplishments that they have, especially with the Six of Wands and the King of Pentacles. This is somebody who's very well known. This is somebody who's very also respected. So I don't know if somebody's delivering some type of a truth or they're going to try to have some type of a conversation, but with the Sun card crowning in, it's like positive. So this could lead to this like King of Pentacles energy. Because it's like victory after battle. I don't know. You might just have a new person coming towards you. And that's cool too. Because as your advice, being the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, they're saying invest in that, because the Knight of Pentacles invests in what's authentic, what's reliable, what's stable, what's grounded, what's committed. This is a slow moving energy, but this can also be self-love. So it's like investing in what you know to be true, investing in what you know is real, in what you know is for you. You see what I'm saying? Because you could have been dealing with an energy that just, it wasn't, it's very frustrating. Because it's like, okay, like don't give up. Like don't give up. Like keep putting yourself first. Love yourself first. You're attracting something towards you. There's an energy that needs to compromise here. There's an energy that needs to change your perception. You have some type of projection going on with an energy in the past. One of you might have already learned the lesson. The other one is still in the process of like overcoming something and working towards it. this King of Wands with this Emperor, it's like somebody's reclaiming that passion, reclaiming that power. So this might be the same person coming in as a new energy. It could be a completely new person. So it all kind of, it's just, keep an open mind. Try not to compare situations to situations. Be patient with something as you move forward. Because I think somebody's, there's a realization and also needing to take action towards what they want. So whether that's you or the person you're connecting with, that realization is here. You could have been dealing with an energy that also kind of suffered from a little bit of like depression, especially with like the grayscale leading into the color. It's like they had a very bleak outlook on something, and it might have had to do with like relationships because of whatever happened in the past. So it affected this person's ability to view a situation positively because they were still in that like bleak mindset of just feeling like, like not wanting to go outside, not wanting to leave the house, not wanting to, they still had a little bit of that like lingering, like, I don't know, depression even is really what's coming to me. So you could have been dealing with an energy that had some of that going on in the background that was affecting their ability to take action. It was affecting their ability to be present. It was affecting their ability to see the true scale of what something was. So again, that's not for everyone. It's just a general message. So maybe it'll resonate, maybe it won't. But again, your best advice is to put yourself first. It's really what it comes down to, is to put yourself first and to invest in love, invest in what you know is the love that you deserve. Because if this person's meant to come back in your life, believe me, they will, and they'll show up right. You like, if somebody, like, don't keep going back and forth with somebody who's not showing up authentically. Because I'm telling you, like, just don't even entertain it. Because this person needs to understand that they can't keep doing that. And by re-entertaining the situation every time they come back around, it's like, oh, they think that that's okay then. And they're like, oh, well, she keeps answering me or he keeps answering me, so it at least gets my foot in the door. And then it doesn't, like, the person doesn't get the point that it's like they have to level up too. Like, they can't just keep giving breadcrumbs and breadcrumbs and breadcrumbs. Like, they got to come in as a whole ass person. You see what I'm saying? They got to come in with a whole ass offer, not little bits and pieces. So I don't know, maybe there's the energy right now is to focus on you, 100%. Focus on yourself. Focus on the lingering wounds from childhood that are affecting us today. We gotta what's it, Chiron? I don't know if I'm even pronouncing that right, but don't come for me. That placement is very critical right now for the energies. Like, focus on your work, focus on healing those energies within you, and as you focus on you, you will naturally align with the situation that's meant for you. But right now, energetically speaking, okay, this is a time to focus on healing that that it's a very healing time, especially for the divine feminine. This is a critical time for divine feminines to really focus on healing. And I feel like I feel like this energy can be a little bit of a distraction in what should be focused on right now. And I hope that that makes sense. I hope that's not like super harsh, but it's like there's a super, super big importance right now for like feminine energy to, and again, I'm not saying like just for women in general, I'm saying feminine energy, okay, because like men have feminine energy as well. So we all embody feminine and masculine. So there's a huge importance right now of revisiting with that feminine energy within us to heal it, like the mother energy, that it's so important, it's so critical. And as we bring that into our energies, we will align with this Ace of Cups. You see what I'm saying? But some of these energies that you might have been dealing with in the past, like they taught you something. They taught you something very important. And it's time to use what you've learned, because I'm telling you, you're going to have success. It's time to use what you've learned. Don't feel bad. Don't feel like you have to save anybody. Don't feel like you have to do the work for anybody. This is for you, for your healing, for you to revisit anything that's resurfacing during this time and to be fully present in that healing process, not to deal with this distraction, not to deal with this person back and forth. Like that's not your priority right now. Your priority is you. It's always been you. And I know that a lot of people aren't gonna like that, but I'm just being honest. Like these journeys, like as you heal you, you align with your people, your soul groups. Like it's so important right now for the divine feminine energies to really get that time and to really get that nurturance, even within men. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it's so important to revisit that, even with whatever energy this is. This person needs to revisit with that divine feminine energy, with that nurturance within themselves. They need to connect into what that femininity really means. What does it mean to be nurturing? What does it mean to be vulnerable? What does it mean to hold space? That's what this person needs to learn. You can't do it for them. You can't. You do it for you. And by you stepping into your energy of your divineness, of your truth, of your authenticity, you're naturally going to align with people who vibrate on that same frequency. And so don't get caught up in any of the distractions along the way. You see what I'm saying? Because it's like when you are a light, and it's like imagine being in a dark cave or something. Imagine being in total darkness, and then you light a candle and the flame grows bigger and bigger and bigger, and that flame naturally radiates light all around it, and like everything's going to be drawn to that light because it's going to light up that darkness. You see what I'm saying? So it's like be aware of what you're entertaining during this time as well, because this is a really like big time for healing. And the more that we can focus and sit with it within ourselves, the more we actually can gain, in the end. Because I don't know why, but I feel like I need to emphasize that, because with this Queen of Pentacles and this Queen of Swords, like you're focused on something, so you must be focused on, you know, healing or whatever it might be. But it's like you have these people coming towards you, and it's like distraction, 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 distraction. Don't let these people distract you. You have something beautiful coming towards you that is more on your alignment, if that makes sense. Like, I really hope that that makes sense. But this is a very, very important time for feminine energy in general to just be revisited with and just healed, because a lot's coming up for people. A lot is being brought to the surface that is very deep from childhood, that's, very deep rooted. And this is a time that is critical for us to really focus on that healing and to really focus on what's being brought up, what's being triggered, what uncomfortable feelings are we feeling, not to escape from them. Don't run from it. You see what I'm saying? Use it as strength, use it as power. Stop comparing apples to oranges. Whoever that's for, you know what I'm saying? Like, use this energy to your advantage and heal the things that are coming up. Sit with it, feel it, embrace it. Because as you do that work, you don't even realize like how much you're actually doing. Because I know it's like as you do that work and as you heal in those ways, it's like healing energies that are just so, like, I mean, it's just generational. It's generational. It will literally impact the people around you. But don't let these energies come in and distract you. You know what I mean? Like, let this person, or whatever situation this is, let them figure out for themselves. You focus on that Knight of Pentacles and that Ace of Cups, and what you know to be true, what you know is for you. Don't entertain whatever this is. In the time frame, again, I'm not like telling you what to do, but I'm saying use your better judgment. Use your best judgment. If this person comes back and they're 100% authentic and they're showing up as their true selves, and you can see the work being done and you can feel it 100%, that's your call. You know what I'm saying? But there is that little bit of a chance that, again, you're not getting 100% of that authentic person. Like, it's little tiny breadcrumbs. And right now is not the time to deal with breadcrumbs. Right now is the time to focus on you and to find that inner strength within you, because things are being stirred up. See what I'm saying? It's being stirred up. So, and again, I'm not trying to be mean, I'm not trying to be harsh. I'm just saying how I see it. And if I had to give any advice at all, I would say use your best judgment. If you feel like this person is showing up as themselves, if you feel it in your soul, if you feel it, then, screw what I say, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's up to you at the end of the day. It's your situation, and not every situation that gets read on YouTube is going to be for everybody. So use your best judgment, use your intuition in the situation. If you know, then you know. If you have a hesitation, then you know that that's a hesitation. And I'm just here to say, hey, listen to your intuition, because you know more than I do. Listen to that gut, If you feel like this is this is the moment that you've been waiting for, cool, But again, if this person doesn't show up authentically, if they are still giving you breadcrumbs, if it hasn't moved forward and it's still back and forth, that's your answer. You see what I'm saying? But somebody who knows that they want to spend time with you, and somebody who knows that they're interested in you, is going to put the time in. They're going to put the time in. They're going to text you. They're going to make time for you. Don't put up with this energies of just being like, oh, I'm too busy. I'm too this. I'm too that. That's not authentic. That's not somebody showing up 100%. Like, that's somebody literally giving breadcrumbs. They're giving to other people. They're giving to other situations. You know what you deserve. Don't let this illusion fool you. You see what I'm saying? Like, don't fall for it. If this person shows up 100% authentic, they make that time, they put it in, they're like, hey, this is what I want. I'm coming in grounded, I'm coming in stable, this is how I feel, this is the direction I want to take things in, then there won't be confusion. But if there is confusion, that's the sign, that's the red flag. You shouldn't doubt. You should know. If somebody's interested in you, believe me, they make it known. They don't pull that shit where it's like, oh, 12 hours later you get a response. No, that's not authentic. Somebody who is authentic is going to show up and they're going to say, hey, like, they're going to make the plans. They're going to say, hey, I want to see you. I want to make the plans. Not the shit where it's like, oh, let's hang out soon. That's not authentic. You want to know what is authentic? Hey, I'd like to see you this weekend. How's Friday or Saturday work? When are you off work next? That's authentic. That's taking action. Don't fall for the illusion of the maybes and the possiblies and the whole, well, I'm busy with work, or I got this going on, and 8 hours later, 12 hours later, you get her. No, 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 no. Somebody who genuinely cares, who's genuinely interested, will make that time no matter what is going on around them. They make that time. They'll call you during lunch. They'll text you when, with something. They will give you that foundation to say, hey, like, I know that this person's going to show up when they mean it, or when they say it. Not this half-ass shit where it's like, okay, they hit you up for 3 days and then they disappear. Like, what is that? That's not authentic. That's child shit. Like, I expect that from a high schooler. Just being real. You want to play that shit where it's like, oh, let me hit you up for 3 days and then not talk to you for 3 days and then be like, oh, I just need my personal space. No, that's some high school shit. That sounds like somebody still needs to work on themselves. And that, the Queen of Pentacles, nope. You'd already have that figured out. But you see what I'm saying? Like, it's like, especially in general in society, like, we've been like conditioned to think that like it's okay to like accept behaviors like that as women, and as feminine energies, and it's like, that's not true authenticity. You know what I mean? Like, we deserve to be respected and appreciated and seen and heard and validated, not dismissed. Because true masculine energy recognizes feminine energy, believe it or not. They recognize the importance, not this bullshit where it's like getting, like feeding highs and lows, and it's like, like, how do you even be vulnerable? How do you even be vulnerable in a situation like that? It's like you're dealing with an energy that wanted you to be 100% vulnerable while they didn't have to. And it's like, no, I'm sorry, but no, that's not true. That's not truth. That's not truth. That's bullshit. So that's why your advice came out as the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, because it's like, pay attention to how this energy or these energies are coming in, because your intuition knows. If you feel safe with somebody, if you can trust somebody's word, but if you're still getting breadcrumbs, no, I'm sorry, but no, this isn't your person. Your person is still out there, not the person who's breadcrumbing. And hey, they could come back around and they could be like, hey, I wasn't coming in authentic. And then boom, cases like that do happen. I'm not going to discredit that, but it's rare. So maybe you are dealing with somebody who did recognize like that they weren't showing up authentically, but their focus, it's not going to come in right in this moment. Your focus is still on self-love, which tells me that this still needs to play out a little bit longer. But again, it's like, I feel like you're moving forward, and it's like you're moving towards what's committed, what's reliable, what's stable, what's secure. Not this back and forth shit. Because that's not authentic, It's just not. It's like full of maybes and possibilities, but it's like, but where's truth, Like, maybe this, maybe that. No, where's truth? You find truth within you. Not this shit. Because I'm telling you, people who breadcrumb you are not truth. They're not being truthful. They're like, I'm sorry, but it's like they're not being truthful. People who breadcrumb, it's an energy that gets addicted to highs and lows. And when you're somebody who is sensitive and you're nurturing and you're empathetic, and it's like people see that and they're like, he or she's gonna be open with me even if I don't give 100%. And that's not fair. That's not fair to you. That's not fair to who you are, what your truth is. You deserve more than that. You deserve way, way more than that. So let this person, hit the bottom and realize it. Let this other energy realize that they can't keep coming in with all these different facades. They need to know that. They need to know that like it's not going to work because they need to be authentic. They need to be true. And if you're not getting that truth and that authenticity, fuck them. Just saying, fuck them. Because you'll get somebody who is. Because you're doing the right thing. By focusing on yourself, by doing the work within yourself, by investing your time in what is committed, what is reliable, and by acting within the highest act that you can possibly act in is in love. Because you know your worth. And it's not to be mean to these other energies, but you can't do the work for them. You can't. And honestly, these little triggers and these little moments of these, inconsistent relationships, they stir up shit that you still need to heal too. So if you're being triggered by these situations, that's a sign because it's like, okay, like, let me sit with this. Okay, why am I upset about this? Why am I upset that this person's inconsistent? Why? What is it bringing to the surface for you? Because that still might need to be healed. You know? That's really what it comes down to. So sorry for kind of going off on a little bit of a rant, but it's here. It's here, you know? And it's there's happiness coming in regardless. You have the Sun card here with the Ace of Cups and the Knight of Cups. You have something beautiful that's coming towards you. Just use your best judgment, use your discernment, use your intuition when it comes to whatever this is. Because I'm telling you, you've already learned. You already know. You've already learned. Allow this person or whatever connection this is, allow them the space. And when I say allow them the space, I mean turn your back and literally disconnect and allow them the space to show up authentically. And if they don't, there's your answer. Because this energy where it's like they could come in as the emperor and you were getting cups and knights and pages, and it's like, no. This person's playing, it's like a game almost where it's like maybe in the past, like they didn't have to put in 100%. Maybe in the past it was accepted, but not anymore. And this King of Wands Emperor energy, it's like that's their lesson too. They need to be authentic and not hide behind these facades, behind these little tiny breadcrumb offers. And if it still keeps getting entertained, this person's going to keep showing up the same way. See what I'm saying? It's like almost like tough love. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It's like tough love. It's like, well, if you are going to show up as a knight or as, whatever it might be, like, it's up to you, Are you going to keep entertaining it or are you going to shut the door? I'm not saying shut the door, but I'm saying, like, energetically moving forward. Because this is like a repeat. This is like, it's the same shit. But again, I feel like you're moving in a new direction regardless. With the Knight of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, I feel like you're moving in a new direction. And at the end of the day, this person's going to realize that they're going to have to come in differently because they did show up as the King of Swords and you're sitting as the Queen of Swords. So maybe they will, maybe they won't. Again, I hate to be like that person who's like, maybe, but it's possible, but it's rare. So either you're going to get something beautiful, you're going to move towards something that's reliable and committed, or this person might come back around. But it's not gonna happen overnight. Like, this is gonna take some time with the Knight of Pentacles, because this person's still going through the motions of, oh, instead of showing up authentically, I'm gonna show up like this, 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 and then maybe I'll show up like this. So I don't, so I hate to leave it on that, but I'm being, like, that's kind of where it's being drawn. So during this time, like I said, it's extremely important for feminine energy to heal. And even within men, it's extremely important to heal the feminine energy within you. Revisit the things that are being stirred up. Revisit the uncomfortable feelings that are being brought up to the surface right now, and sit with them. And journal and work through it. Do your shadow work on this stuff, because I'm telling you, it matters, and it's going to help, because it's only bringing you further into alignment with truth. And believe me when I say that it's out there. It is out there, whether it's this person or not. You're going to something so beautiful that it's like, don't let go of that vision of what you know is true, what you know is love, what you know is this, because it's like almost needing to like navigate through some shit in order to get to the end, in order to get to the end of the maze. You know what I mean? It's like they say that quote of like, having to kiss a couple frogs before you get to the prince. Like, I've always, like, I never really liked that quote, but I think it's relevant in some ways, because it's true. It's very true. It's like, how, I don't know. It's been a learning curve. Let's just say that, energetically. And I feel like you guys know. I feel like you guys have learned. And so I just saw a bird climb into the bush. Oh, he's sticking his little head out. It's like getting ready to, it's like you guys are coming out of your little nest, and taking flight and not being afraid. It's like, but there might be things around you, distractions around you, or like situations around you that are trying to, like, bring up these old, let them bring up the old wounds, recognize them for what they are, heal from it, and let them go with love. Because I'm telling you, what's meant to be will be. And if this person's meant to be in your life, they will be in your life. They will. But they need to show up authentically. And you need to like allow the space for that person to show up authentically, because you can't do it for them. And by focusing on you and redirecting your energy on you and not on them, it actually opens up the ability for that energy to fully take form, because there's no resistance at that point. And sometimes when we hyperfixate on things, or when we focus on things, it creates resistance, because it's basically saying, like, universe, I want to trust you, but I don't trust. So you got to trust. You got to trust this process, and to trust that you're doing the right thing, and to trust that by loving yourself and by putting yourself first, it is doing the right thing. Because I feel like whatever this was, maybe there was doubt, maybe there was like, oh, like maybe it felt like it was harsh or something. I don't know what that is, but it's like, no, you're not here to please everyone. You're here to do the work for you, and you can't do the work for this person at the end of the day. You can't. But by switching your energy, it actually helps other people around you. And that's kind of like the kicker of it is, sometimes we're taught that like it's to help other people, but sometimes the greatest act of all is to just hold unconditional love, is to hold space and to focus on yourself. Because by changing you, and by re-changing that energy, and re-shifting the gears to put back on you, you remove that resistance, you remove that that energy block, because I'm trying to explain it the best I can, but it's recognizing the true power that you have within yourself. and not allowing distractions to come in and deter you or make you settle or, make you question what you know to be true. And what you know to be true is that it's out there. Love is out there, you know? So if this person decides to show up authentically, great. If not, you have something beautiful coming towards you. And that's exciting. And you should be proud of yourselves for the work that you've done because it's acknowledged, it's seen. Believe me when I say it is seen. The work that you've done is seen. And you're aligning with connections. You have a King of Swords, Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles, King of Pentacles. There's something coming towards you that's more in alignment with who you are. But it's like needing to overcome all this. And whether it's the same person, whether it's a new person, that's up to the universe, right? So I do have to jump off of here. I do have a seminar. So I love you guys so much. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for the like, share, subscribes, and comments. It means the world to me. Again, if you are interested in personal readings, I am doing personal reads. Please feel free to email me, and we can go from there. But again, I wish you guys the best in this situation. Put yourselves first. Love yourselves. And don't let anyone take that vision away, because at the end of the day, it's your truth, right? So I love you guys so much. Take care, and I will talk to you guys soon.